Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded Heroes Report. We're getting towards the end of the week. Some independent wrestlers were under consideration for the revival of Tough Enough that didn't make the final cut are Austin Aries, Mercedes Martinez, Joey Ryan, Brittany Savage, and JD Maverick. Other wrestlers that were under consideration for the program noted that many of the peers echo frustrations after dealing with the cast and directors, as he and others were led to believe that they were going to be tapped for the show, only never to hear back from them again. Many of the show contestants, by the way, have prior wrestling experiences. Those names, however, have been publicly disclosed, and the only contestants announced so far is Miss USA 2010. Vince going after some mainstream publicity again, free. Filming is ongoing and will conclude late in March. Probably right in time for Austin to be freed up to where he can come to WrestleMania and do some kind of havoc on McMahon or somebody. Former WWE and TNA wrestler Bobby Lashley will return to the MMA cage on March 25th, but won't be in for the Strikeforce promotion. Lashley, 5-1 by the way, has signed with Titan Fighting Championship for a fight against James Jack. He's 5-4-1, and it's going to be March 25th. That's going to be televised on HDNet. And there's also talk about Lashley fighting his fellow WWE star Batista, but it appears Lashley is looking for getting the win under his belt before entering a high-profile fight like that. No word in recent weeks regarding Batista, though. MMA trading. Former WWE Candice Michelle, she announced on her Facebook that she's pregnant again, and noted that I didn't have nothing to do with it. Thank you. Paul Bear, by the way, is going to be a Grand Marshal of the Order of the Pharaoh Parade as of a part of the Mobile Mardi Gras Parade in Mobile, Alabama on Saturday, February 19th, tomorrow. Or today, depends on when you're reading this. Actress Ariel Winters, who appeared on Raw last Monday and starred in The Chaperone, told Star Magazine that she did her own stunts in the movies. I don't know what they could have been, but regarding Triple H, she said, "I had an amazing bond with Triple H, and he's like my second dad." Oh, that's a Hallmark special moment. Right now, Alberto Del Rio and Kofi Kingston match is WWE's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is a non-title match, so that tells you the other person is going to win when it's a non-title match. Pretty much just about 100% of the time. Anyway, title's not on the line. Match is being changed because at one point there was a discussion to have the world champion Edge versus Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania. As noted before, this past Monday on Raw, it got a 3.14 rated cable rating with about 4.8 million viewers. In the segment breakdown, I'll just go through just this real quick, eliminate some of the odds and ends. Anyway, the segment opener breakdown, the opener was CM Punk versus John Cena, gained 41,000 viewers. Finished with a 3.5 or 05. The appearance by Vicky Guerrero and the Diva match with Eve Torres and Natalya gained 190 more thousand viewers, up from the usual Diva match. Sheamus versus Randy Orton gained about 400,000 viewers. The Rock's promo was off the charts, but it gained 1,212,000 viewers overall. DVR numbers for the January 24th Raw, the final show before Royal Rumble, has came in, and that was 209,000 homes watched Raw that they taped that week. 94% watched live, 6% taped it. WWE did all they could do, to keep Rock's appearance this past Monday a surprise, and they did a good job of it. People working in WWE production was told Justin Bieber was gonna be announced for WrestleMania 27 host, and it was scripted into the show titled "Leave It to Bieber." That's what it was going to be called, just to throw everybody a wrench. It'll work. All right, here's the bad part. WWE Studios' The Chaperone with Triple H hits theaters today in limited releases. And here's some of the reviews of the movies. Currently on RottenTomatoes.com, the movie has a rotten rating of 25% with a 3.1 out of 10 average, based on so far 12 reviews. Variety said it was a Variety magazine. Presumably, there's an audience out there for old-fashioned, poorly written, uneven, family-friendly tale of redemption starring beefy wrestlers and a bunch of kids, but it's difficult to imagine who they are. WWE announced this week at the WrestleMania Art Show in Atlanta this year. It begins at 5:30 from the Fox Theater. It's going to have March 30th with a red carpet. The show itself begins at 6:30. Just odds and ends about that stuff. It's going down. Oh, by the way, there was 11 minutes and 38 seconds of in-ring action on NXT, up 10 minutes from last week. WWE diva Eve Torres taught her first ever diva defense self-defense class for female college students in Southern California yesterday. It's association with the sorority that she was a member of, I guess. The 90-minute class was free to women. I'd probably have to pay, I guess. WWE Tough Enough crew will be taking a day off today from filming the reality show. Steve Austin noted on his Twitter that they're going to be doing some promotional work, taking photos today. The following was taped for tonight's 600th episode of SmackDown. Rey Mysterio, Edge, Morrison, Truth, Orton, Cena taking on Punk, Ziggler, Sheamus, Kane, Barrett, and Drew McIntyre, 12-man tag match. Dolph Ziggler's World Heavyweight Title coordination ceremony, where Vicky has stripped Edge of the title. She even fired him. I was watching the first part of it, but I haven't seen the rest. Miz taking on Kofi Kingston, Santino Marella, and Vladimir taking on Gabriel and Slater for the tag titles. Eve Torres, Beth Phoenix taking on Maurice and Layla. And Michelle is at ringside at the announce table. In a new article of the Daytona Beach News Journal, both Cena and Jericho predicted former WWE Raw guest host Carl Edwards to win this week's NASCAR Daytona 500 race. Thought I'd throw that out. Dallas Page, Diamond Dallas Page, teased on his Twitter that WWE's upcoming WCW Nitro DVD may end up having a second volume produced based on fan support, which this is called Best of Nitro Volume 1, so I would assume they wouldn't go to 3, they would go to 2. Triple H, he's going to be appearing at 6 a.m. this morning on the Opie and Andy Show. Replay on Sirius Radio 197 and XM today around 3 and then 8 p.m. tonight. Documentary documentary, about at my 2-minute mark here. The documentary portion of the WWE's Big Show DVD set comes out next week and is available on Netflix. The synopsis of the doc reads, this penetrating now, pro wrestling bio offers a bird's eye view of what it's like to be a giant, which in case of Paul White, better known as Big Show, makes the one of the most intimidating figures in WWE. In addition to discussing his battle with wrestling superstars like Austin, Flair, Undertaker, Show talks about his struggles with the genetic condition that caused his extraordinary growth. Good-looking girl does that to me sometimes, I tell you. Anyway, WWE reportedly films Tough Enough for 7 weeks, which would end around late March. Most of the men and women are in Simi Valley, California, house having independent wrestling experience. All right, WWE dropped plans to release this year's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view on Blu-ray. It appears that the reason of the late cancellation is some of the retailers are taking pre-orders for the DVD combo pack. I don't know, they're canceling their orders for the combo pack, I guess, is what they're talking about. Hey, I wanted to go through, well, I ain't going to be able to get through it. Silver Vision. Here's the full content of WWE True Story of WrestleMania, which comes out on Blu-ray DVD March 15th. It starts off with the beginning. Then WrestleMania is born. Let's see, bigger, better, and badder. Influence of a generation, Battle of the Billionaires, Atlantic City Hotspot, Old Canada, Hulkamania is WrestleMania, and an emotionally charged DVD is a dream match, not a reality. This is some of the Hall of Fame. Back to Broadway. I gotta go.